Archangel Michael says, "My child, listen carefully, there is no time to waste. What I am about to tell you is not ordinary. It is not a message meant for everyone. It is meant only for you. Heaven has seen your struggle, your sleepless nights, your silent questions, and your whispered prayers. You think nobody noticed, but the light always records everything. Even the smallest cry of your soul reaches the throne of God. That is why I was sent. Because something has been found. Something powerful. Something that changes everything about who you are. A private detective was not looking for you by accident. He was guided. What he uncovered was not a coincidence. He discovered something that connects your life to a secret line of divine protection. A heavenly inheritance that has been hidden under layers of confusion, fear, and spiritual attack. You have felt it, haven't you? The strange pull in your spirit lately? That's because the truth is pushing its way to the surface. And tonight, that truth will be revealed to you. The detective thought he was following a trail of documents and old names, but what he found was your divine file, a record written not on paper, but in light. A record that shows you are not ordinary. You are one of those souls who carry ancient codes of restoration. God placed in you a key that can unlock miracles not only for you but for others too. That's why the enemy panicked. That's why your name came up in meetings of darkness. But I am not afraid, because light always wins. And I am here to make sure you do not lose what heaven has planned for you. My child, you must not scroll away now. You must not doubt this. There is a reason you are hearing this message in this moment of time. You may feel your heart racing. That's because your soul recognizes truth. This is the part of your life when destiny and reality finally meet. What you've been feeling as chaos is actually alignment. Heaven is moving the pieces, even when it looks like everything is falling apart. The private detective saw things that humans were not meant to see. He saw the strange coincidences around your birth. He saw the dates and patterns that match with ancient prophecies. He saw a mark, a divine code that has been passed through generations to reach you. The angels protected those records until now. And now, they're open. That's why I am here, speaking directly to you. Don't be afraid. You are not in danger, you are being awakened. The truth sometimes feels heavy at first, but when you receive it, you become unstoppable. Your name has been written in the book of purpose. That means every delay, every heartbreak, every betrayal, it was preparing you. Heaven was not punishing you, it was training you to carry light without breaking. I need you to listen to me like your life depends on it. Because in a way, it does. There is a decision you will make in the next few days. It will look small, but it will open a massive door. When that moment comes, remember these words: you were found for a reason. You were chosen to be a key holder. Do not let fear make your choices anymore. Fear is the only weapon darkness can use to block divine timing. But you, my child, have more power than you know. If you are still here, say in your heart right now, I receive this message with light. Say it out loud if you can. Heaven listens when you speak truth. That one sentence activates angels around you. You may feel a warmth, or a chill, or even tears. You are not imagining it. That's your spirit remembering home. The private detective, guided unknowingly by divine hands, discovered old photographs, symbols, and letters that tie your life to a prophecy that began centuries ago. The same energy that called prophets and healers in ancient times now calls you. You are meant to restore balance, to bring back what the world lost: faith, hope, and courage. That's why your heart feels heavy when people give up easily. You were designed to carry light in places that have gone dark. You may ask, why me? Because your soul volunteered before you were born. You said, "Send me, I will go." And now, the moment has come to remember that promise. That's why this message found you. That's why the detective's discovery aligned with heavenly timing. Because the world is entering a turning point, and God needs His light-bearers awake and aware. You have been attacked spiritually because you are close to breakthrough. Every strange delay, every person who suddenly changed, every door that closed, it was not rejection, it was redirection. Heaven never lets go of what belongs to the mission. And you belong to the mission. My child, breathe deeply. I am wrapping light around you right now. I am placing the seal of divine protection over your home, your mind, and your path. From this moment, no negative force has permission to cross your boundary. When you wake tomorrow, you will notice something new. Your energy will feel sharper, your awareness brighter. That's because the veil has been lifted. If you believe this message is for you, whisper "Amen" in your heart. Even better, comment "I receive this" as a sign of faith. Not for me, but for heaven to record your response. Every time you affirm truth, angels move faster. Now listen, my child. The detective is symbolic of something greater. He represents discovery, the human desire to uncover what was hidden. And that is exactly what heaven is doing with you, uncovering your hidden potential. You are about to be seen, even by people who once ignored you. You are about to rise, even from places where others fell. That's why God sent this message disguised as urgency, because time is running differently for you now. What would take others years will take you months. You are under acceleration. Do you feel that tingling in your spirit? That's alignment. It's your confirmation that what you're hearing is divine. You are being reintroduced to your true self. The world made you forget, but heaven never did. In the next part, I will reveal what exactly the detective found, a truth about your spiritual name, and how that connects to the power that has been waiting to awaken in you. But before you move on, take a moment. Put your hand over your heart and say, "I am ready to receive what heaven has kept for me." When you say it, energy shifts. Angels record that vow. And the door begins to open. If you feel something moving within you right now, do not ignore it. Comment below, "I am ready," so heaven sees your declaration. Then prepare, because the next revelation will shake what you thought you knew about your destiny. Archangel Michael says, "My child, now that you have opened your heart and received the first part of this message, you are ready for what comes next." Take a deep breath. Do not rush this moment. You are stepping into revelation, and revelation must be felt, not just heard. The detective who was guided to find you uncovered something so divine, so specific, that even he could not understand what it meant. But heaven knew you would. The detective found an old file, sealed with a mark that glows faintly when touched by light. Inside it was a record of names. Some were crossed out, others were highlighted in gold. When he reached your name, the mark on the page shimmered. He said it felt like electricity, yet calm. That file, my child, is the book of chosen missions. Few know it exists. It is not kept in any government vault, but in a spiritual archive guarded by heavenly watchers. Every soul who carries a divine mission is recorded there. And your name shines brighter than most. You might not feel ready to hear this, but you were never supposed to live an average life. You were never meant to fit into the systems of this world. That's why you always felt different. That's why you felt misunderstood even when surrounded by people. You thought it was loneliness, it was actually separation. Heaven was keeping you apart so that your light wouldn't be dimmed before its appointed time. And that time is now. The detective also found a letter. It was written in symbols he could not read, but the moment he touched it, his dreams began to shift. He started seeing flashes, wings, swords of light, cities of glass, and a person standing between darkness and dawn. That person, child, was you. The symbols on that letter were your spiritual coordinates. They identify where your energy belongs in the divine network. Every chosen one has a pattern, a light code. Yours carries the vibration of restoration and truth. That's why lies and betrayal hurt you more deeply than they hurt others, because your very soul was designed to defend truth. Now, you may be wondering, Michael, what am I supposed to do with all this? And I will tell you, you must remember who you are and start walking as the light you were born to be. Stop hiding your gifts. Stop doubting your intuition. When your heart tells you something feels off, believe it. When your spirit tells you to act, obey quickly. That's how chosen souls move, not by fear, but by faith. You have a mission that cannot wait much longer. You see, heaven and earth are shifting. The balance of light and dark is being recalibrated. And in this season, those who carry the codes of light are being activated. That's why you've been feeling pressure. It's not punishment, it's awakening. The world may see your challenges, but heaven sees your training. Every heartbreak was sharpening your discernment. Every delay was strengthening your patience. Every loss was building your faith. Nothing you went through was wasted. If you are still listening, it means your spirit recognizes this truth. Whisper softly, I am chosen for light. Feel that energy rise in your chest. That is not emotion, that is confirmation. Each time you say those words, angels align around you, waiting for instruction. Because, my child, heaven responds to agreement. The detective's final report mentioned one strange thing. He said that after he found your name, his devices stopped working. His phone froze, his laptop shut down, and his compass spun endlessly. He thought it was a technical glitch. But I tell you, it was not. It was the energy of divine presence interfering with human tools. When a soul with high light frequency is activated, even technology bends for a moment. Because creation recognizes you. That is how powerful your essence is. You are entering a season where things that once resisted you will now cooperate. Paths will open. People will appear. Conversations will align perfectly. And those who doubted you will wonder what changed. Nothing changed, you simply stepped into your timing. You were always meant to rise. If this message is reaching your heart, say quietly, "I am ready to awaken." Or type it as a comment if your spirit feels it. That act is not for attention, it's an agreement. When you declare readiness, heaven releases help. You will begin to notice small signs, feathers, sudden peace, dreams that feel too vivid to be random. Those are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Now listen closely. The discovery of your file means your mission has been officially activated. You might notice that people from your past start resurfacing. Do not be alarmed. Some are being sent to test your growth, others are coming back because they now recognize your light. You must use wisdom. Not everyone who smiles carries peace. Trust your inner knowing, that is how you will discern who is meant to walk with you. Heaven will not let you fail. You are surrounded by an army of unseen allies. When you feel weak, whisper my name, Michael, and light will rush to you. That is not superstition, it is law. Light answers light. The detective also found one more clue, a small crystal fragment sealed in wax. When he held it, he said he heard a faint sound, almost like a heartbeat. That crystal represents your connection to divine energy. In the spiritual realm, it is a symbol of your heart's purity. The fact that it still beats means your covenant with heaven is still alive. You have not lost your place. You have not been forgotten. God's memory never fails. Child, your destiny is like a map. Every hardship you faced was a coordinate leading to this exact moment. You might feel like you wasted years, but heaven wastes nothing. Every delay you endured will now serve as testimony. Every tear you cried watered the ground where your next miracle will bloom. You are about to see proof that God was always working behind the scenes. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the air around you. That subtle shift, that calm rising inside, that is your frequency adjusting to divine alignment. You are being tuned to heaven's wavelength. From this point on, your life will start to feel guided in new ways. Strange peace will replace anxiety. Clarity will come where confusion once ruled. This is not imagination, this is awakening. If you believe this is speaking to your soul, comment below, "I receive my awakening." That simple declaration tells heaven you are aware, and awareness invites blessing. Now hear me well, my child. In the next revelation, I will share the purpose of what the detective's discovery means for your future. Because the file he found does not only record your name, it also reveals your next divine assignment. And that assignment will connect to something or someone coming into your life very soon. Nothing after tonight will be random again. Archangel Michael says, "My child, stay very still for a moment. Heaven is pouring light into you right now. I can feel the shift around you. The air moves differently when truth takes root, and you, yes, you, are beginning to remember. The detective's discovery was not just about information. It was about activation. What he uncovered has begun a chain reaction that will not stop until your destiny is fulfilled. He didn't know why he was drawn to those old archives. He said something in him felt pulled, as though invisible hands guided his steps. That was me. I led him there because the timing had come for your name to be spoken again in the realms of heaven. There are certain moments when God reopens the book of purpose for a soul, and when He does, nothing can close it again. That moment, my child, is now. The detective found a prophecy attached to your record. The prophecy spoke of one who would walk through storms and yet never drown, one whose pain would later become a map for others. It said, "The bearer of truth will walk through shadows but will shine brighter because of them." When the detective read those words, he said your image came into his mind, a figure standing on a bridge of light, surrounded by fire, yet untouched. That is you. You have survived things that should have broken you because heaven reinforced you from within. You wonder sometimes, why do I feel everything so deeply? It is because you are sensitive to both heaven and earth. You stand in the middle space between worlds, where light meets human experience. Every emotion you felt has meaning. Every ache in your heart has been a signal calling you home to your true purpose. There is something else, my child. When your file was opened, a sound was released, a frequency that awakened certain forces in the spiritual realm. Some of those forces serve light, some resist it. That is why you may have noticed strange dreams, sudden mood shifts, or old fears trying to return. Do not panic. It is only the old energy leaving you. When light enters, darkness shakes. That's proof you are being transformed. Listen carefully now. The detective's final report included a phrase written in the language of heaven. It translated to this: "The keeper of the gate of dawn must now awaken, for time bends toward completion." That keeper is you. The gate of dawn represents new beginnings. Your life is the doorway through which renewal will flow to others. When you rise, others rise. When you heal, generations heal. That is why the opposition has been so fierce. But no weapon formed against you will ever prosper, because you were forged in light that darkness cannot understand. You may think, "But Michael, I've made mistakes." Yes, you have, as all humans do. But none of them disqualified you. Every wound became an entry point for grace. Every regret turned into wisdom. The fact that you are still here proves that heaven never left your side. Even when you felt abandoned, angels were stationed around you, holding back destruction, whispering hope into your weary soul. My child, there is something you must do now. Take a deep breath and say softly, "I forgive myself." When you say those words, heaven rejoices. The moment you release guilt, light fills the space where shame once lived. You were never meant to carry that weight alone. You were meant to walk free. The detective didn't stop after finding the prophecy. He kept searching for meaning, and one night he dreamt of a sword resting on an altar. On the blade was your spiritual name, a name only heaven knows. That name, when spoken, releases divine authority. I cannot say it here, but you will hear it in your spirit soon. You might wake in the night and hear a word that feels unfamiliar but sacred. When that happens, do not fear. That is your true name being reintroduced to your soul. Every time you choose peace over anger, every time you speak truth instead of silence, that sword glows brighter. You are meant to wield that sword, not to harm, but to protect, to cut away illusions, to speak life into dark places. That is your power. You were never called to live small. Heaven did not send you here just to survive, it sent you to awaken others who are still asleep. If your heart agrees with these words, whisper or comment, "I awaken to my purpose." This is how you affirm the message. Remember, angels record agreements. When you speak it, light responds. Now, let me tell you what happens next. Heaven is arranging divine appointments for you. You will begin to meet people who mirror your energy. Some may appear unexpectedly, yet will feel strangely familiar, as though you've known them forever. That's not coincidence, that's recognition. Souls that belong to the same mission find each other when it's time. They were hidden from you before, because your frequency wasn't yet aligned. But now, after receiving this message, your light has stabilized. You're ready. Do not be surprised if opportunities appear suddenly, a call, a message, a door opening that you thought was closed. These are not random. They are responses to your readiness. Walk boldly through them. Heaven will not open a door you cannot handle. Also, my child, pay attention to your dreams in the coming nights. The detective's awakening triggered a release of visions. You will start to remember glimpses of past lives, lessons, or missions you once completed. These memories will come in fragments, symbols, landscapes, faces. Do not dismiss them. Write them down. They are keys to understanding who you truly are. If you wake suddenly at night around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., do not be afraid. That is when heaven often speaks most clearly. If it happens, sit up, breathe deeply, and say, "Speak, Lord, your child is listening." You will feel peace flow like warm light across your skin. That is not imagination. That is connection. The detective could not explain everything he saw, but I will. He was shown a vision of a great city of light descending to earth. In that vision, there were people holding torches, lighting the path for others. You were among them, standing at the center, your eyes filled with calm authority. The torches represent truth, and you, my child, are one of the torchbearers. Your presence ignites faith in others. Even without speaking, your energy shifts atmospheres. That is why you sometimes feel drained around crowds, you're unconsciously healing others. But heaven will now teach you how to protect your light so that you don't burn out. If you understand this, say quietly, "I am light." Or comment it below as a sign of acknowledgement. Each declaration strengthens the shield around you. Now, the final part of this revelation is this: the detective's work is done. His role was to awaken you. But now, you become the seeker. The same way he searched for your truth, you will search for others who are lost, who have forgotten their own light. You will not need to preach loudly. Your presence will do it. You will walk into places where hope has died and watch it rise again simply because you arrived. That is the power of divine presence. My child, your awakening has already begun. In the next phase of your life, you will see signs of alignment everywhere, numbers repeating, sudden peace in chaos, opportunities that make no sense but feel right. Those are the whispers of heaven guiding you step by step. Follow them without fear. I will walk beside you. The next part of this message will reveal why you were chosen and what heaven is preparing to give you as your divine gift. Stay with me. Do not scroll away, because the moment you hear it, something dormant within you will awaken completely. If your heart is still steady, if you feel peace rising where confusion once lived, comment softly, "I'm ready for more." That will let heaven know to prepare the final stage of revelation. Archangel Michael says, "My child, before you read another word, slow your breathing. You do not need to chase this message, let it come to you. Heaven's truth moves like wind, you only have to open your hands. I am still here, and so are the thousands of guardians who stand quietly around you, forming a circle of light. You are safe." What the detective saw in his final vision was not a warning, it was a promise. He was shown a river of gold flowing through a desert, and beside it, a tree growing from crystal soil. That tree represents you. Everything that once felt barren in your life is about to bloom because you have finally remembered your purpose. Heaven has watched you for a long time. You learned to survive when you should have fallen apart. You forgave people who never said sorry. You kept believing even when you had no reason to. Every act of faith, no matter how small, built light around you like armor. Now it is time for that light to serve its purpose. There are 3 gifts that every awakened soul receives. I am going to name them for you now, because they are yours. The first gift is sight, not of the eyes, but of the heart. From now on, when you meet someone, you will feel who they truly are. You will know when their words and energy do not match. Do not doubt this gift, it is divine discernment. It protects you. The second gift is voice. Your words will carry power. When you speak encouragement, people will heal. When you pray, circumstances will bend. Use this power carefully, it is not for control, but for compassion. Your voice was designed to awaken sleeping souls. The third gift is peace. It will not come all at once, but it will come deeply. Peace will be your new default, no matter what the world looks like. You will start to notice that things which once scared you now only make you curious. That calm, that steady strength, is your proof that the Spirit of God lives within you. If you can feel that calm even slightly, whisper in your heart, "I receive my gifts." When you say it, heaven hears it. The detective tried to write about these things, but his language was too limited. You cannot capture light with ink. Still, his work served its purpose, he found you, and now heaven continues what he began. My child, there is another reason I came to you tonight. Heaven has seen the quiet battles that no one else knows. The nights when you smiled during the day but cried into your pillow when the world was asleep. You thought no one noticed, but every tear was counted. Nothing about you is forgotten. You are loved in exact detail. You may have wondered, why me? Why so much pain? It was never to destroy you. It was to expand you, to stretch your compassion until it could hold others' pain too. Every time you were broken, your heart grew bigger. Now, when you speak light, it reaches further. There will be people drawn to you soon, some will need guidance, some will need hope. You don't have to fix them. Just listen. Your presence will do the healing. Sometimes heaven uses you simply as evidence that peace is possible. If this message feels like it's speaking directly to your life, say quietly or comment, "I understand." You don't need to explain, your soul already knows what that means. Now, let me tell you a secret. Heaven has already begun shifting things around you. You may notice that people or situations are leaving suddenly. Don't chase them. When light increases, everything not aligned with it falls away. Let them go with grace. The space they leave is where new blessings will land. You are about to enter a season of divine reversal. Things that once worked against you will start to work for you. The opportunities that ignored you will begin to look for you. The same way the detective found you by divine instruction, destiny is now searching for you, preparing to place you exactly where you belong. My child, you are not behind. You are right on time. Everything had to happen exactly this way so that your heart would be ready for what's coming next. When I tell you that something great is on its way, I do not speak in metaphors. You will see it with your own eyes, a door opening that no one can shut. But remember this, the light inside you will always attract both gratitude and resistance. Do not take either too personally. Some will admire you, others will misunderstand you. Walk steady anyway. The mission is not about being liked, it is about being true. I am giving you a new instruction now. Every morning for the next 7 days, before you touch your phone or speak to anyone, say these words aloud: light goes before me, peace walks with me, and truth surrounds me. Say it once each day. You will feel your energy change. The words will charge your environment. And if you ever feel fear again, remember that fear is only the echo of your old self. You are no longer that person. You have stepped into your divine identity. You are the one who was found. You are the one who carries light. You are the one the prophecy spoke of. The detective's journey ended, but yours begins. What he discovered was the evidence of heaven's attention. What you will discover now is the experience of heaven's power. You are not waiting for miracles, you are becoming one. If you are still here, my child, let heaven know you have received this message. Whisper softly or type, "I am ready for my new life." That statement opens the final gate. In the last part of this message, I will show you what your next divine step is, the path that connects your gift to the purpose for which you were born. Stay with me until the end, this is where your transformation becomes complete.